from Indiana. This is our Wednesday time of intercessory prayer, primarily for the unsaved, for the unchurched, using a list that we've been accumulating for uh, a few years now, and new names keep appearing on the list, and we pray for each person with the same name if there are duplications. And we thank you for trusting us with those names and spiritual needs, and we'll bring those to the Lord again this afternoon, as we have for 3 years, ever since the pandemic began. Last week we were in Indianapolis for the General Assembly of the Church of the Nazarene. There were 10 of our church members there, and shared highlights this past Sunday morning of the General Assembly, especially the impact of the outpouring of the Spirit in the services. And the theme, Jesus is Lord, certainly appropriate and pertinent to the work of our lives and the work of the church. If you're watching on Facebook today, please comment, like, follow, share the link with others. If you're watching on YouTube, it's also comment, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we appreciate you letting us know that you're watching and you're connecting with us today. 2 weeks ago, we began a little discussion of lessons on the prayer life of Jesus, and the first week was remembering that Jesus prayed for direction in his life, which way God the Father wanted him to take his ministry. And then 2 weeks ago, we looked at Jesus praying to overcome temptation and teaching us that same prayer in Matthew chapter 6. And this afternoon, I want to talk about Jesus' prayer to surrender his will to God's will. And you'll probably know where this is headed. As he was getting closer to the apex of his earthly ministry, Jesus began to struggle to submit his will to the Father's. Days before his arrest, Jesus said, "Now my heart is troubled. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, it was for this very reason I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name." That's John 12:27 and 28. He was struggling with surrendering to what was to come. Then, of course, in the Garden of Gethsemane, on that night he was arrested, he prayed like this. The story goes they went to a place called Gethsemane. Jesus said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." He took Peter, James, and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled. "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death," he said to them. "Stay here and keep watch." Going a little farther, he fell to the ground and prayed that, if possible, the hour might pass from him. "Abba, Father," he said, "everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me. Yet not what I will, but what you will." Remember, he prayed that 3 times. Our wills, the desire to stay in control of our lives, is always the thing that keeps us from going deeper in relationship with God. The biggest prayer we can pray is, "Not my will, but your will, Jesus, be done in my life." Before we pray this afternoon, I just wonder, are there areas of our lives that we need to surrender to him? Let's listen to the names of those that we care about today, family members, friends.